It is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both. Niccolo Machiavelli. The death of needing to be liked. You were not born for applause. You were not born to be understood, approved, or invited in. You were born to remember yourself, to return from the battlefield of broken affections and false smiles with the crown of self-possession resting. Finally, on your own damn head, you have lived long enough in the house of mirrors. Each face around you a projection, a reflection, never a truth. You craved to be seen, and so you became transparent. You needed to be loved, and so you became soft clay, molded by every hand that promised affection. But today that need dies. Let it burn the altar of approval. Murder the child inside you who begged to be chosen. You are the fire now, not the moth. Your value was never theirs to confirm. It is forged in the furnace of solitude, hammered in the silence where no one claps, no one watches, and no one saves you. You save yourself, alone, ruthless, free. He who becomes a master of dissimulation is master of fate. Niccolo Machiavelli. Detachment is power. Power begins with indifference. Understand this. To need nothing is to own everything. Emotional sovereignty is the art of detachment, not coldness, but clarity. Not apathy, but autonomy. The moment they know they can move you, they own you. Your reactions become their tools. Your anger, their amusement. Your tears, their trophies. But stillness? Stillness terrifies them. Be the ocean beneath the storm, unmoved, unreadable, ancient. You do not chase. You do not beg. You do not explain. You observe. You calculate. You wait. Detachment is not escape. It is evolution. You are no longer a servant to your emotions. They serve you. They are tools, not masters. You do not feel your way through the world anymore. You shape it. The wise man does at once what the fool does finally. Niccolo Machiavelli. 3. Kill the inner pleaser. There is a voice in you, timid, whispering, wounded. It says, don't make them uncomfortable. Smile so they'll stay. Be small so they'll feel big. Be agreeable. Be nice, be safe. Kill that voice with elegance, with finality. You are not a peacekeeper. You are not a jester. You are not a comfort zone for the unworthy. Let others misunderstand you. Let them fear your silence. Let them ache trying to interpret your calm. You are not a poem they get to annotate. You are a cipher, and only those who earn access to your world get the key. You don't need to be liked. You need to be respected. And if they cannot do either, let them walk. You will not chase. You do not chase what you are. You become it. Men are driven by two principal impulses, either by love or by fear. Niccolo Machiavelli. IV. Weaponize boundaries. Your boundaries are not requests. They are walls, not doors. Not openings, not opportunities. They are edicts. You speak them once, without emotion, without apology. And if violated, you do not react, you remove. They expect drama. You give them distance. They expect war. You offer exile. You do not scream your limits. You embody them. Boundaries are sacred architecture. They define your kingdom. If someone disrespects the gates, they are not worthy of the throne room. There is no explanation, only consequence. Love without boundaries is self-ruin. Compassion without discernment is a weapon turned inward. So draw the line and do not flinch. Even God closed Eden's gate. A prince never lacks legitimate reasons to break his promise. Niccolo Machiavelli. V. Master the mirror. You must know your shadows. Every fear of abandonment, every echo of betrayal, every unhealed wound. They are weapons in the wrong hands. But in your hands, they are intelligence. Study yourself like an enemy general. Interrogate your weaknesses with no mercy. Drag your neediness into the light. Hold your guilt up like a trophy of the past. You are not it anymore. You are no longer driven by emotion. You are the driver. Emotional mastery begins with brutal honesty. You cannot conquer what you romanticize. You are not your past. You are the one who survived it. And survival, refined, becomes strategy. The lion cannot protect himself from traps. And the fox cannot defend himself from wolves. One must be both lion and fox. Niccolo Machiavelli. Vi. Stillness as dominance. Stillness is the ultimate threat. In a world addicted to noise, your silence is surgical. Stillness says, I am watching. I am listening. I am not moved. Stillness unnerves manipulators. It disrupts the narcissist's script. It makes the power-hungry doubt themselves. Because you do not feed their chaos with your reaction. You let them drown in their own storm. Stillness is not submission. It is superiority. Be unreadable. Be deliberate. Be calm. Let others play chess emotionally. You are the board. Stillness is not absence. It is control. Every still soul is a war won within. and that is a kind of strength no one can imitate. The promise given was a necessity of the past. The word broken is a necessity of the present. Niccolò Machiavelli. 7. Own your darkness. You are not only light, you are shadow too. To become sovereign, you must integrate the ruthless within you, not to harm, but to hold. You must be capable of violence, yet choose precision. Capable of cruelty, yet choose discipline. Your darkness is not your downfall. It is your power, refined. You don't become powerful by being harmless. You become powerful by knowing your edge and mastering it. The world bows not to saints, but to those who are both sacred and strategic. Let your grace have teeth. Let your compassion wear armor. Do not apologize for your depth. Politics have no relation to morals. Niccolò Machiavelli. 8. Sovereign self-worth. You are no longer for sale. You do not measure your value by mirrors. You do not wait for praise. You do not collapse under criticism. You are not on trial. You know your worth, and that knowing is unshakable. Sovereignty is silent. It does not beg. It does not explain. It does not perform. You walk into rooms with the quiet thunder of someone who knows they do not need to prove anything. Validation is now internal. Recognition is irrelevant. Comparison is dead. You are your own religion. Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you really are. Niccolò Machiavelli. Manipulate or be manipulated. You don't play dirty, but you know the rules. Emotional intelligence is not just awareness. It is leverage. Those who master psychology master influence. Read the room, watch the eyes, listen to tone more than words. Anticipate, adjust, adapt. You do not lie, but you do not reveal. You do not hurt, but you do not soften where danger waits. You protect your psyche like a palace. Entry is earned and never without strategy. You do not manipulate for control. You manipulate for freedom. They cannot control what they cannot predict, and you are no longer predictable. Never attempt to win by force what can be won by deception. Niccolò Machiavelli. X, the unshakable you. This is your final form. A fortress of calm in a chaotic world. A shadow among flames, a soul so still it terrifies the storm. You are no longer the open hand. You are the closed fist of fate. Not to strike, but to withhold, to choose, to decide, to remain sovereign. They cannot use you because you want nothing from them. They cannot move you because you have become the mountain. They cannot read you because your silence speaks an older language. You are not cruel, but you are not kind where it costs your crown. You are not soft, but you are not stone. You are fire wrapped in velvet. Steel behind the eyes, God in human form. You are not becoming powerful. You are power, remembered. The need is dead, the sovereign is born. Whosoever desires constant success must change his conduct with the times. Niccolò Machiavelli. Now rise, untouchable, unapologetic, unbreakable, unbowed. This is not motivation. This is resurrection. And you? You are your own revolution.